Hi, what's up, y'all? So this is LA Jordan here with Hot Talk Radio. Okay, boom. So this is part 4 of Gluttony and whatnot. Okay, so in this part, I just kind of wanted to like dissect the response that the young man had to speaking about gluttony, and he was just basically, just kind of saying like, I like to eat, but then also in church we don't have healthy options. It's in black churches generally we don't have healthy options when it comes to food, nor do we have an emphasis on diet. It's with that we learn about within the teachings of the religion. And so let's just kind of unpack it for a second. I think, a lot of now in this particular culture, now that we are starting to learn more about the body and we're starting to learn more about, our ancestral spiritual um, lineage and practices, right? We are craving more religious attention to, especially in Christianity, when it comes to how the text of the Bible concerns our bodies, our minds, our spirits, our souls. How does all of these things tie into the Bible? Generally, in Southern Baptist Christian churches, we just typically learn right from wrong, what is God, what is not God. We learn about what was in the Bible, the history of, and how it's pertaining to today, and how things, just kind of circulate, and history repeats itself. How people are, just what's what is basically what we learn. But what we never got the privilege of learning as Christians was how the world, how the earth, excuse me, how the earth and how nature pertains to the Bible. And I think as Christians, we're wanting to know spiritually, how does the text, what is the connection between my spirit in the text? What is the connection between the ancestral realm, our ancestors, which we refer to as angels? You know what I mean? What does that mean? What we consume, our bodies, what do we put into our bodies? What does the text say about that? What does God say about that? And I think we're wanting to hear more and more about that, like as Christians, because we don't emphasize that enough. We genuinely, truly don't. Y'all, I love fasting. I love fasting. I love it so much. I do. You know, but I'm a baby faster. So, like, when I fast, I don't like to just fast from food. I have to fast from people. I have to fast from media. I have to fast from my environment. I have to fast from the world. I have to be in a bubble. You understand? Like, if you listen to the video, he's like, how can you hear God if you keep connecting to a plate? How can you hear God when you connect into social media? How can you hear God when you indulging in your friends? How can you hear God when you knee deep in your man? How can you hear God when you got all of these outside influences going on? Prayer. I remember when growing up, I see a lot of like the older women and men in the family, and I used to pray for like forever. And sometimes you will see like us, make jokes about it on social media. But what we did not understand is that even though we call it prayer and it took like forever, that was actually the Christian way of meditation, chanting. And I don't, or when not chanting, but like that was actually like them opening the portal to God, right? That was actual way of like meditation. That's why it would take so long. Like when they prayed over stuff, and we didn't really understand that, and I don't think they understood it either. Because sometimes your body just do things that you don't really understand, and you just be doing stuff, and like so, like that's our form of meditation is prayer, right? And so that's like when like growing up, we see like grandma and them, they be praying for like hours. They be like, "What are you doing? Why does it take you so long to pray?" They're meditating. They just call it praying. They didn't know what they was doing, but that's exactly what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? And like fasting. And I can't remember exactly like where fasting comes from exactly, pertaining to like African American culture, but it's in there somewhere in the culture somewhere. They used to fast after something, before something or after something, around something. I can't remember, but it was a long time ago. And but we laugh a lot and we make fun of a lot of things like that our grandmothers and great grandmothers used to do, like slaves used to do. But that's because we were ignorant and we didn't really understand. And truth be told, they didn't really understand either. You know what I mean? Because a lot of things like a lot of the slaves would do, and I mean like the last bunch of slaves, they would do, they just didn't know why they was doing it. You know what I mean? Because they had been separated from the culture. So the only thing they had pertaining to the culture of nature was natural for the slaves, right? Was the action of doing certain things. We didn't know why we was doing it. We was just doing it because that's what we had been taught to do. We just know that this works. We just know that this is what you do. We didn't know what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? We just know that this is what we do. And we didn't have an explanation for it because we had been separated so far from our culture. You know what I'm saying? And so like in today's time, fast forward to now, it's like as Christians, we're craving that connection because we're like, why does my body want to do this? Why is my body telling me to do this? Why am I doing this thing to, why is this my coping mechanism? You know what I'm saying? For whatever, yada, yada, yada. And we're not understanding where the connection comes in the biblical text and then the spiritual realm of like Christianity. And we need that connection. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, when it comes down to like prayer is meditation. Meditation is a small break in your day that you can take a daily meditation, right? But when it comes down to fasting, meditating, praying, working, thinking in connection with the earth, with the spirit, with the wind, with the grass, like it's a whole experience, like for real. It's a whole experience. It is. It's a whole experience, and I recommend it to anybody. I recommend like that 1 week break. I'm telling you, just fast from like everything that is familiar. Turn your phone off. Just get in a bubble somewhere, and just it's just you and nature. And I'm telling y'all, it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. Like spiritually, you are able to connect. Your body is going to start like realigning. You know what I mean? It's going to start realigning, and it's going to start doing things that you're not going to understand. It's going to start feeling things that you haven't felt in a long time because you don't have these coping mechanisms like food and drugs and people and media around you to distract you to escape in. It's just you, the universe, is you and God or the gods or whatever it is that you believe in. It's just you and that. It's a whole different. I'm telling you, we all owe it to ourselves 1 week of the year to just disappear. And I recommend when it's warm outside because then your body can connect with the sun. And we all need the sun. I'm telling you, it's something that we all must do. Just 1 week, just shut it all down and fast everything. Flush out your body, mind, soul, spirit, everything, and let your body naturally realign. And then you're going to come back and you're going to be a beast. I'm telling you. Do it. Do it. And we all, as leaders and people, deserve to fast. We have to start fasting, y'all.